Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, before we commence with tonight's festivities, let us take a moment to pay tribute to a legendary father, a leader, a titan of our nation, whose legacy continues to inspire us all. May I now call on the CEO of the Development Bank of Namibia, Dr. John Statler.
Thank you, Rosé. On the 4th of February this year, we woke up to the devastating news that our president is no longer. I've worked with him very closely for more than 22 years, not just as his economic advisor, but I've worked with him before that. And I would like us just to give a 30 or 1 minute silence in his honor. I believe that will be befitting to start our occasion tonight. Thank you very much.
Leader of the bread, your spirit lives on. In the rolling dunes, the sun sets down. A beacon of hope, you need his call. In our hearts we cry, but we standing tall. Leader of the bread, your spirit lives on.
Thank you. You may be seated.
The sun sets down.
Honorable Ministers and Honorable Deputy Ministers present, the Executive Director of the Ministry of Finance and Public Enterprises, Mr. Titus Ndove, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Chairperson of the Board of Directors of the Development Bank of Namibia, Mr. Cyril van Zyl, and fellow board directors, the CEO of the DBN, Dr. John Statler, esteemed captains of industries, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished invited guests, good evening and a very warm welcome to the grand celebration of the Development Bank of Namibia's 20th birthday extravaganza. I think that in itself deserves a round of applause. My name is Rochelle Locke, and it is indeed my distinct honor to join you in celebrating this momentous occasion. Please do enjoy the starters that I see as now being served at your tables. And as we dive into the heart of tonight's festivities, I would like to call on the chairperson of the DBN board, Mr. Cyril van Zyl.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to observe all the protocol that has been mentioned, but allow me to just acknowledge the Executive Director of the Ministry of Finance, Mr. Titus Ndove. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us tonight on very short notice. We really appreciate your presence. Honorable dignitaries, I've met quite a lot of them earlier tonight. Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, as I've said, all protocol observed. Good evening, and it is really with great pride that I stand before you tonight as the chairperson of the Board of Directors, to extend a warm Namibian welcome to each and every one of you to this 20th anniversary of the Development Bank of Namibia. We are really privileged to have you all, including our first Chief Executive Officer, Mr. David Nyoma, as well as some of our former and current Board of Directors, and many of our staff as well. 20 years ago, the bank's journey began with a vision to transform Namibia's economic landscape, empower the communities, and foster sustainable development. Today, as we commemorate 2 decades of dedication and development, we reflect on the milestones achieved, the challenges overcome, and the partnerships that have been forged along the way. Our journey has been one of growth, resilience, and impact, and to that end, the Development Bank of Namibia has played a pivotal role. None of this would have been possible without the collaborative efforts of our stakeholders, our partners, and all our supporters. I extend my sincere gratitude to the Namibian government, the regulatory authorities, the development partners, and the entire DBN team over the years for their unwavering commitment and dedication. And obviously, we would not have had a business if we did not have all the entrepreneurial customers, and may I at this point say sometimes too entrepreneurial, approaching us for funding. Thank you for those who worked very hard over the years to make a success of their businesses, repay their loans, so that we can, the Development Bank, assist others. It has been a pleasure doing business with you. Look back at the bank's role in supporting entrepreneurs, businesses, and initiatives that drive economic progress and social upliftment. From infrastructure projects that connect our nation to renewable ventures that safeguard our environment, as well as retail businesses. Most of those have contributed to job creation and to the development of our economy and our society. We also look to the future with optimism and determination. This chapter in our journey holds immense potential for further growth, innovation, and positive impact. Now, when I saw Ada earlier tonight, I said, she said, please, you have 4 minutes, don't exceed that. And I said, I want to tell you about my recent trip to Germany. I've been to Germany at the beginning of April. And I want to talk to you about Germany. She said, 4 minutes. So here it goes. I had the privilege to visit Germany earlier this month and was astounded by what could be done when people unite and put their minds to something. Towards the end of the World War II in 1945, before my time, there were severe bombings of most cities in Germany, and specifically Nuremberg, which was the most destroyed city after 4,500 tons of explosives were dropped on the city. It is more than 6,000 bombs that has been let loose on what is now known as the Old Town in Germany. You can imagine the complete destruction of everything. Bridges, the CBD, rails, roads, everything. So obviously it was not only the infrastructure that was destroyed, it was the entire economy that was on its knees. But when I walked through the Old Town in April this year, the beginning of this month, I could hardly see any signs of destruction, which was so evident when you walk into the museums and you see the photos and the pictures on the walls of what has happened there. Everything rebuilt to their former glory and more, while Germany today is considered one of the strongest pillars of economic strength in Europe. I don't have to remind you what happened in Rwanda in 1994. And we all know how well they have recovered in a very short space of time. And they are still recovering even today as we speak. I mention these examples, ladies and gentlemen, to demonstrate to you what is possible when people put their minds to something and actively and with great discipline and determination work towards reaching goals set for themselves. Namibia also had its fair share of trouble over the last 10 years, but I really think you will agree that none as severe as these two examples that I've just mentioned. In the words of John F. Kennedy, we too now have to ask not what our government and our country can do for us, but what we as individuals can do for the country. You see, each one of us are jointly and severally accountable to rebuild the economy, our people, and our environment. So that one day when our children and our grandchildren ask us what we've done to Namibia, we can show them with pride what we have achieved. The Development Bank Board and management have earlier this year reworked and submitted our 5-year integrated business plan, and we are committed, excited to play our part in this future development and growth of our country. For it to be successful, all of our stakeholders, and specifically our customers, have to work very hard over the next 20 years and more to ensure that we can repay our loans, create employment, pay our taxes, I see the tax man is here, and thereby develop our country on a sustainable long-term basis. Let us celebrate our achievements tonight, honor our shared vision, and renew our commitment to jointly and severally build a better tomorrow for Namibia and its people. Thank you all once again for gracing us with your presence. Your support and partnership are invaluable as we navigate the future. Once again, welcome to the development of Namibia's 20th anniversary. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cyril van Zyl. Ladies and gentlemen, please note that the event is being live streamed on the DBN and Eagle FM Facebook pages. Thus, we ask that should you find your way maybe to the restroom, which is located right behind the stage to your left, kindly move at the back of the operator. As you see the camera here in front, this event is being live streamed. 20 years of dedication, innovation, and impact. Please join me now in welcoming Mr. John Bango, Head of Portfolio Management, and also one of the longest-serving employees since the Development Bank of Namibia's inception, and Ms. Helena Mapolo, Head of Investment, to take us on the incredible journey of the Development Bank of Namibia. Let's give them a round of applause.
Helen, look awesome.
Oh, John, it took you almost 20 years to say that.
It's always the first time. This evening, we are here to celebrate a significant milestone in our journey, the 20th anniversary of the Development Bank of Namibia. It's my honor, together with Helen, standing next to me, to reflect on the past 20 years, as I've been with the bank for 20 years, and obviously Helen has just completed her 16 years of loyal service to DBN recently. The momentous occasion that calls for reflection, celebration, and a renewed commitment to our mission of driving sustainable development and economic empowerment in Namibia.
20 years ago, our institution was founded with a clear vision and a bold mission, and that is to be a catalyst for economic transformation, support entrepreneurship, foster innovation, as well as to uplift communities across our great Namibia. As we look back on these 2 decades of history, we are filled with immense pride of what we have done and achieved together. On the 29th of April, 2004, the Development Bank of Namibia was launched by His Excellency Dr. Sam Nujoma, the first president of the Republic of Namibia. At the end of that financial year, the bank had only 13 employees, and loans and advances amounted to 62.3 million during that year. Today we speak of billions, but then we used to speak of millions.
In 2005, a loan to Aqua Utilities in Valfis set the trend for innovation in future years. By providing semi-purified seawater, Aqua Utilities released potable water for the people of Valfis Bay, making the port more sustainable. The bank also financed NAMPO's acquisition of smart switch technology, which obviously helped NAMPO's savings bank to grow its account numbers from 160,000 to 450,000. In the same year, the Minister of Finance, the then Honorable Sarah Kukwangwera Amadila, officially transferred the assets, liabilities, rights, and obligations of the Development Fund of Namibia to Development Bank of Namibia.
In 2008, which is the year that I joined, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Namibia, Dr. Nghifikepunye Pohamba, inaugurated the new Development Bank of Namibia headquarters in Daniel Munamava Street in Windhoek. The new headquarters were developed to accommodate growth of staff members as well as growth of business. At the time, the bank staff complement grew to 25.
By 2010, Development Bank of Namibia began operating from its office in Ongwediva. This was the first office outside Windhoek and was established to cater for the growing demand in the region. One of the highlights in 2010, the bank provided finance to San Carlos, a company entered into a public-private partnership agreement with Namibia Wildlife Resorts to refurbish, upgrade, and manage Danfilion resorts outside Windhoek. By that year, the bank staff grew to 32 employees, and loans and advances amounted to just under $1 billion. To be exact, 986.5 million.
At the end of 2012, a new wave of change came. The founding CEO, Mr. David Nujoma, departed the bank, and Mr. Martin Nkumbi took the helm of the bank. We used to call him the emperor. In late 2013, the bank formalized a growth strategy to give impetus to critical sectors such as infrastructure, manufacturing, transport and logistics, as well as tourism. As a result of widespread access to finance for SMEs in the Namibian financial sector, the DBN added a focus to promote its services to women, young entrepreneurs, and in addition to its ongoing efforts to the SME sector.
During the first quarter of 2014, the bank started its operations from its office in Walvis Bay. On its 10th anniversary, the bank had 74 permanent employees and 4 temporary employees, and the loan book amounted to 5.4 billion NAM dollars.
From inception to February 2024, which is almost 20 years, DBN approved loans valued over 20 billion. That translated to the creation of just over 115,000 jobs, and the current staff complement has now grown to 124 permanent employees, as well as 14 temporary employees. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll take you through some of the highlights of the DBN's 20-year history, which include, but not limited to, the following. The bank listed its bank bond program on the Namibia Stock Exchange. The bank established a skills-based loan facility to address youth unemployment. The bank has been a predominant player in being a financier to independent power producers within the energy market, where we have financed over $1 billion in the sector. The bank has also succeeded in accessing funding from the African Development Bank, as well as from the Kreditanstalt for Wiederbau, KfW. And moving on, to address the lack of access to finance for SMEs, DBN structured the Credit Guarantee Scheme, now housed under NASRIA, and as well coordinated the establishment of the National Mentoring and Coaching Program for SMEs to support SME funders.
Our journey has been marked by resilience, determination, and steadfast commitment to our core values. We have weathered economic challenges, navigated changing landscapes, and embraced opportunities for growth. Has remained on serving the people of Namibia, contributing to the sustainable development goals of our nation. Our commitment to infrastructure development has also been a cornerstone of our efforts. From roads and bridges to renewable energy projects and telecommunication infrastructure, our investments have not only connected communities, but also laid foundation for economic progress and social inclusion.
Sustainability and environmental stewardship has been unwavering. We have championed initiatives that promote green technologies. Today we speak of green industrialization, climate resilience, as well as responsible resource management. By aligning our investments with sustainable practices, we're not only creating a better environment for future generations in Namibia and to a certain extent globally, but we're also mitigating risks and enhancing the resilience of our economy. Ladies and gentlemen, as we stand on the threshold of a new era, let us carry forward the spirit of collaboration, innovation, inclusivity that has defined our journey thus far. We thank you.
Thank you so much to John Mbango and Helen Amapolo. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for us to hear from the visionary leaders steering the ship of DBN into the future. Please join me in warmly welcoming the CEO of DBN, Dr. John Statler.
In the heart of Namibia, where the desert meets the ocean, a beacon of Namibia's sustainable socio-economic development. DBN. We are building the future. We are building tomorrow.
Development Bank of Namibia, lifting us higher every day. Building bridges, setting hearts on fire. With each loan, the story unfolds.
In the spirit of developing Namibia, our destiny molds. On the journey of putting homes together, our threads are sewed to hold. We're building tomorrow, we're building the future, we're building Namibia. We're building tomorrow, we're potential. Building tomorrow, building the future, building Namibia. Building tomorrow, building the future, building Namibia.
Come on, let's build.
Regions of hope, a legacy of growth.
Let's build.
Building tomorrow,
Come on, let's build.
regions of hope,
Let's build.
a legacy of growth. Building Namibia. DBN, a guiding light, empowering dreams, turning darkness to light, investing in the future where possibilities gleam, a catalyst for change, fulfilling every dream. Building tomorrow, building the future, building Namibia. We're building tomorrow, building tomorrow, building the future, building Namibia. We're building Namibia. Regions of hope, legacy of growth. Oh, building tomorrow. We're building Namibia. Regions of hope, legacy of growth. We're building Namibia. We're building Namibia. Building tomorrow. Oh, building the future. Building Namibia. We're building tomorrow. Building tomorrow. Oh, building the future. Building Namibia. We're building tomorrow.
So David, when you joined us at a stretch session, you said the logo of the DBN is infinity. You've seen infinity. Infinity is possible only if we have sustainability. And that shows that cycle. I never saw the infinity until you came to our. I just saw the D and the B. And I guess many of our colleagues didn't see it. I would like to start off by paying a tribute to our late president. And I decided to go to his first State of the Nation address. I'm going to read from it line by line, because I've participated in drafting State of Nation addresses. But it's at the end that the head of state brings things together and says the state of the union is healthy or the state of the nation is healthy. But, you know, when at the end he also concluded, but I want to go to the penultimate paragraph where President Kainkop says, we must pull together in the same direction. We are all sons and daughters of the soil. DBN, we are all sons and daughters of DBN. The land and the precious blood shed for it is what makes us Namibian. Not, and this is very important, not the color of our skin or the languages that we speak. When born in Namibia, you are Namibian. When born in Namibia, you are Namibian. If one of your parents is Namibian, you are Namibian. This is your birthright that nobody can take away from you. And he went a step ahead, and he's so brilliant. He said, we must stop trying to make people feel guilty for things that are not in their control. No one should be made to feel guilty for inadequate because he or she is white or black or old or young, from a minority group or majority group, or living with a disability. That is the dream President Kainkop has of an inclusive nation where nobody should feel left out. And then he had a special thing that I saw, it's still with us, and he picked up on it. And he say, let us respect our women and children. Women are the bearers of life. They are an integral component of humanity and its future. And to violate the rights of women is to violate this whole nation's conscience. We all came into being through a woman. So let us our collective Namibian voice say no to gender-based violence. I'm saying this because I've just heard over the past weekend, there were 4 cases of gender-based violence, but it was not even noticed, of girls that died. And I think that's not good enough. So, Rocher, let me stand on the protocol that you have established. And must I say, it's always so nice to, you are brilliant as usual. Can we give a hand of applause to Rocher? So, Sarel is our chairperson. I want to acknowledge the role that you've played over the past 2.5 years at the Development Bank. When we release the annual report, we'll document it properly. But thank you very much. You know that we've gone through turbulent times. And under your chairpersonship and with the current board, things are starting to turn around. Thank you very much, Sarah. I want to, having said that, so it seems my remote is not working because I had a slide loaded here. Because I have some few slides. Maybe it can be loaded in the meantime. But I want to say, and I've said it a few times before, that I'm privileged that I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. And I cannot look to the future, David, without acknowledging you. You have been the founding CEO of the DBN. And Martin, he apologized that he couldn't be here. I appreciate the role that Martin and you played. I've put it in my slide that you are the founder. Martin grew, and now I have the challenge to, where we say 20 years, the DBN is mature. So I have to fill the role of somebody who will mature. Certainly David and Martin, they are big shoes that I have to fill. You created the foundation which our team DBN has been built on. You and the people, the board under you, you envisioned better future for Namibia. You dared to dream big, and you committed to work tirelessly to turn those dreams into reality. Let's give a hand of applause to David and Martin. So I've been at the end, tomorrow is exactly 8 months. So I can say my first 8 months at the DBN was spent with the whole DBN team, creating a roadmap that embodies the values of let's develop. I hope you saw it in the video. Let's develop. And I must also applaud Heike and Sarah. They were there when we said, let's co-create a vision. But, I mean, if we just look at Namibia from a socio-economic perspective, we are in a critical socio-economic phase. And this can bring positive change, but it also comes with challenges. I want to focus on the positive. The former president, he said, John, you are the eternal optimist. So I want to be the eternal optimist. And I want to say that Namibia is entering a phase of growth. But ED and the economic planners, this growth must be stimulated from the ground. It must be not a top-down growth. It must be a bottom-up growth. It must be a growth that is inclusive. And this is where President said, no Namibian must be left behind in the pursuit of our economic development. President Keinkop, who sadly passed away, was the biggest champion of this notion that no one should be left out. He passionately believed that it was not the only way to build. He passionately believed it was the only way. It was the only way to build a strong and stable Namibian house that he coined in his maiden State of Nation address, where the notion of the Namibian house in April 2015 was introduced. And it was a house that should have a room for every Namibian. We must continue to implement his vision. But economic development and growth requires proper planning. It's not good, Sarah and team, just to wish for development. My colleagues, my friends and colleagues at the DBN, they gave me a crash course in the bank's overall mandate, the operations, the culture, financial status, including the challenges that the DBN is facing. We cannot and we must not shy away from challenges. But I believe that if we face challenges collectively, that together we can conquer these challenges. One of the first activities that the DBN embarked upon in September last year was the strategic journey, as I said. This was not a task undertaken by few individuals. It was a collective effort of the entire DBN team. As CEO, I can only affect change if every colleague believes in the direction that we have mapped out. We are pulling together and we have crafted a 5-year strategy, emphasizing that each employee's input, each employee's wisdom, and each employee's insights are essential ingredients for creating and implementing a successful and sustainable strategy and a business plan. I believe this is the foundation upon which we will, as the DBN, build a high-performing, Sarah, a high-performing and agile organization. I'm saying Sarah because he's the head of our human capital. But it's our collective duty, but I will obviously assign it to you in the cascading. How else can we, as the custodians of socio-economic development, assist SMEs, entrepreneurs in developing themselves? This is one of the reasons why the DBN fosters a work environment that centers around the well-being of the employees. And I'm going to say this double again to Sarah. A happy employee is a high-performing colleague. Let me rephrase it. My son when he's not happy, he says, Daddy, a hungry man is an angry man. So I believe a happy employee is a high-performing employee. So our strategy started with departmental sessions. We have gone through a lot of consultations. I'm going to skip this. We had a lot of consultations with various stakeholders. And it's really been a busy 8 months. But I would like to give you a few highlights in our strategic plan for the next 5 years. So our purpose going forward as the DBN is to drive Namibia's sustainable economic development. That's our purpose. We used to call it a mission, but we say we are here for a purpose. Our purpose is to drive Namibia's sustainable economic development. I want to give an example here. When I consulted the High Commission of Malaysia, I said, okay, DBN, what are you doing? I said, and there was like a thinking that the DBN is the Bank of Namibia. And I paused a moment, and then Ambassador was very kind to me and said, oh, you are developing Namibia. So DBN, we have to develop Namibia. So our purpose is to drive Namibia's sustainable economic development. Coupled with that, our vision is to be the partner of choice for Namibia's innovative development solutions. We have to embrace innovation, harnessing the power of digital technology. We have to leverage digital platforms, data analytics, and emerging technologies to enhance efficiency and to reach more entrepreneurs and create new opportunities for growth. We have also looked at our values. We have restated them, we tweaked one, but our values remain to be accountable, to have integrity, to have service excellence, and to being transformative. Because we are going into an era where we have to play a role in the economy, where we have to become catalytic and transform the Namibian economy in so many ways. So we will continue to be guided by these values. These are the values that will steer us in the right direction, especially in challenging times and uncertainty. We have developed 4 strategic pillars. I will just mention them. One is sustainable growth and impact, where we have financial sustainability. Unfortunately, we have very high NPLs. We are working on it. I believe that in the next few shareholders here, maybe give us a bit more time, Titus, but we'll bring it into the where it should be. But we are working on it. We have not plans, we are actually doing things on it. Our second pillar is people and culture. And then the third one is market position. But I want to focus on our 4th pillar, which is developmental effectiveness. And developmental effectiveness means really, how do we impact on the lives of ordinary Namibians? Do we create jobs? Do we uplift their lives? And so that one is very, very crucial for us. I'm pleased that as John and Helen presented today, over a period of 20 years, DBN has created directly and indirectly or sustained about 115,000 jobs. And DBN has allocated about credit of $18 billion over that period of time. This is an equivalent of about 1 billion euros for our colleagues from Europe. But you can see DBN can account and has made an impact. So investing in our people, nurturing a culture of excellence and inclusivity, and fostering continuous learning and development, that is for the DBN. A strong and motivated workforce is essential for achieving our strategic objectives and delivering value to our stakeholders. I would like to close because I've talked too much. Our plan will be released. I would like to conclude by expressing my deepest appreciation to our founders. I've mentioned David and Martin, but there were also other founders behind them. They are not here today, but they've decided there should be a development bank. Past leaders of the DBN, former board members. I see one former board member is here, Tabitha. You guys did an awesome job. Partners, I see the African Development Bank is here. I've seen the GIZ is here. I did not see the German Development Bank, but they've been an excellent partner in development. So we thank our partners and all stakeholders for their unwavering support and dedication. But mostly for me, as I said, over the 8 months, what has sustained me as a new CEO was the quality of staff that we have at the DBN and the support that I got from the staff. If it was not for the DBN staff, I would not be able even to deliver this statement. So I want to thank from the bottom of my heart our staff members. I see so many. And so I just want to say, in conclusion, I want to sound like a charismatic pastor in conclusion. But this is really in conclusion. Let's, DBN staff, Nikki, Sarah, Jerome, let's write the next chapter of success. And let's make a lasting impact on generations to come. Let's develop. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. John Statler. I think he deserves a much warmer applause. And then, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the talented individuals behind that masterpiece of the DBN song. Let's give them also a round of applause. So, there's more excitement to fill the room. Get ready to be dazzled by a cultural performance like no other. Please welcome Bullet Yakaoko.
Hiya. Hola, bullet! Are you there? Rosa, 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 Rosa. Are you there? Matongeroa! Matongeroa! Rosa, bullet! Choose her! Choose her! Choose her! Choose her! Hey! 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 Choose her! Choose her! Choose her! Choose her! Choose her! Are you there? Bullet! This is Bullet Yakako. Hey! Choose her! Choose her! Choose her! Choose her! Choose her! Yes! Oh! Are you there?
Utunaka utunde uye, utunaka wiko ya indi, utunaka utunde uye, utunaka wiko ya indi, utunaka utunde uye, utunaka wiko ya indi.
Namibia, Namibia, let's save the rhinos, let's save the world, let's save the rhinos, let's save the world. Love the world, save the rhinos, save the rhinos. Namibia, 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 Mama Africa. Let's save the world. Let's save the rhinos. Let's save the world. Let's save the rhinos. Namibia, Mama Africa. Namibia.
angabachina obuniko ya Namibia noyenga ngabachina obutumbe wa Namibia angabachina okanepo 45 onjiri yokabuga getu kolonyamba yombutola yende nyitirira mu miti yeto biwoni lolo ndimbitera ulinu ndi amen.
Wow. What a riveting performance. Now, if you do not feel the energy in the room yet, then something is wrong with you. But I think let's give a big, big applause to that great cultural performance of Bullet Yakoko. Ladies and gentlemen, let's now turn our attention to our esteemed keynote speaker, the Executive Director of the Ministry of Finance and Public Enterprises, Mr. Titus Ndove. Let's give him a warm welcome. Mr. Ndove, I'm afraid you've got big shoes to fill after that performance. We are very, very excited.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Titus Ndove, as I was introduced, and I'm the Executive Director for the Ministry of Finance and the Public Enterprises. So I'm delivering the speech on behalf of the Minister. He really wanted to be here with you tonight, but due to other commitments, so he just sent his warm greetings. And congratulations to DBN for the 20th anniversary. Honorable dignitaries, estimates, guests, founding fathers and mothers who are in our midst tonight, the chairperson of Development Bank of Namibia, and the board, management, the staff, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, let me stand by the protocol already established, and good evening to all of you. As we gather here tonight, it's with a great pleasure and gratitude that we reflect on the remarkable journey our nation's Development Bank of Namibia, the DBN, and the profound impact it has made on the lives of countless Namibians. This momentous occasion not only commemorates years of dedicated service, but also celebrates the enduring legacy of resilience, vision, and progress the DBN has contributed to the Namibian development landscape. The DBN stands as a beacon of hope and opportunity, empowering Namibian entrepreneurs, as the CEO has alluded to, and the SME especially, and business at every level to realize their aspirations and contribute to our country's growth and prosperity. Through strategic financial assistance and unwavering support, the Development Bank of Namibia has facilitated the expansion of enterprises into regional and international markets, meaning some of these entities they've supported at early ages. Now they have matured and they are now big corporates which can basically play in Namibia and also in the region. Really a round of applause for that. Tonight, we are reminded of the transformative power, one of their pillars of collaboration and partnership in affecting meaningful change. The DBN journey over the past 2 decades exemplifies the profound impact that can be achieved when stakeholders unite with a shared vision and purpose. And we really heard about their purpose now of driving Namibia's sustainable socio-economic development. Really a good one. I think if you look at their website, you will not find that now. As we look ahead for the future, we recognize the critical role the Development Bank of Namibia will continue to play in shaping Namibia's path towards prosperity and sustainability. In the face of evolving challenges, including climate change and economic uncertainty, geopolitical, etc., the DBN remains steadfast in its commitment, driving innovation, promoting inclusive growth, and safeguarding our environmental for future generation. And we also heard when the CEO presented that they're also planning to leverage from technology. And that's a very good thing, really, we should be proud of ourselves. Reflecting on the words of our founding father, Dr. Sam Safishuna Nujoma, at the launch of the bank in 2004. He was here. He's the one who basically launched this bank in 2004, as we heard from Elena and John, when they basically narrated the history. He said the following, and I quote, "The Development Bank of Namibia has a duty to become part of the building a prosperous Namibia," and end of quote. We are reminded, therefore, of the DBN duty to contribute to building of prosperous Namibia. Over the past 20 years, DBN has exceeded its expectations, and they basically have gone beyond the call of duty in delivering its mandates, making the impact. So therefore, we can proudly say it has become a cornerstone for economic growth and development in our nation, as the founding father has alluded to. Yet, as we celebrate the past achievements, we must look to the future with sense of ambition and determination. DBN strategic plans for the years ahead promise further elevation in terms of impact and reach, and ensuring that every Namibian has the opportunity to thrive and succeed and realize their dreams. In closing, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a long speech. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the board, the management, the staff in the past and present for the Development Bank of Namibia for on this momentous occasion. As the government, we are very, very proud of DBN, and we are stand ready to help. We stand ready, ladies and gentlemen, to help DBN in the fulfillment of its purpose. We used to call it a vision, now it's a purpose. We are really, John, we are proud of you and the team, and Sarah and the colleagues. And therefore, the nation does truly expect more from our development bank. As we embark on the next chapter of our journey, together, let's remain steadfast in our commitment to progress, unity, prosperity for all, and inclusivity, as our former president, Dr. Hage Geingob, usually used to say. And therefore, together, we continue to build the bright future for all Namibians. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much once again to Mr. Titus Ndove, the Executive Director of the Ministry of Public, or rather Finance and Public Enterprises. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for us to tantalize our taste buds with a feast fit for royalty. Should you have any vegetarian requirements, as authentically as the DBN can be, they have made provision for our vegetarians this evening. Please just indicate to your waitress if you would like a vegetarian dish. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, while you enjoy your meal, let's keep the party going with a musical interlude by The Difference. You've seen them at the start. Let's give them a warm welcome back on stage. Enjoy dinner.
I woke up to the morning sky first. Baby blue just like we rehearsed. Now get up off this ground, shaking leaves back down to the brown, 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 till I'm clean. Then I walk where I'd be shaded by the green for about inside. Yeah, sing all my favorite colors, right on. All my favorite colors, sir. My sisters and my brothers seem like no other. All my favorite colors. Yeah. A good day to be, a good day for me, a good day to see my favorite colors. Right on. My sisters and my brothers see them like no other. All my favorite colors. Come on. Now take me to the other side. Yeah. Where little bitty bluebirds fly. Yeah. And gray clouds and white walls and blue skies, we gon' fly and feel alright. Come on, make me feel alright now. Say, woo, 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 woo. Come on, come on. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, the least I can say, I anticipate a home as we renegade in the morning. Sing all my colors, right on. All my favorite colors, yes sir. My sisters and my brothers see them like no other. All my favorite colors. Say what? Come on. Sing all my favorite colors. Right on, sing all my favorite colors, yes sir. My
Ladies and gentlemen, they're known as The Difference. I think that was very soulful and very energetic at the same time. Thank you so much. I still see that some of our guests are hoping to get some of the traditional food. I hope that you've enjoyed your dinner, and if you are still enjoying it, please do indulge. It's now time for the pièce de résistance, and that means dessert. But this is not just any dessert. We're talking champagne and cake, folks. So as we celebrate the 20th birthday of the Development Bank of Namibia, may I ask our guests just to tone down a bit, as we would like to proceed with the rest of our very short program. Gentlemen, well, there's been a special request while we wait for the kitchen to get us ready with the cake, with a special DBN birthday cake. There's been a special request for us to see that video again of the DBN song. You agree? Our tech team, can you please entertain us with a beautiful production?
A beacon of Namibia's sustainable socio-economic development. DBN. We are building the future. We are building tomorrow.
Development Bank of Namibia, lifting us higher every day, building bridges, setting hearts on fire. With each loan, the story unfolds.
In the spirit of developing Namibia, our destiny molds. On the journey of putting homes together, our threads are sewed to hold. Building tomorrow, building the future, building Namibia. Building tomorrow, building the future, building Namibia.
Come on, let us build.
Bridges of hope, a legacy of growth. Building tomorrow,
Come on, let us build.
bridges of hope, a legacy of growth. Building Namibia.
In the pulse of the nation, a rhythm so strong, a symphony of progress with dreams of fair. DBN paves the way, unwavering aid, unlocking Namibia's development potentials.
Financing tomorrow, turning the key, unlocking Namibia, develop potential, and develop potential. Financing tomorrow, turning the key, unlocking Namibia, develop potential, and develop potential. Building tomorrow, building the future, building Namibia. Building tomorrow, building the future, building Namibia.
Come on, let us build.
Bridges of hope, a legacy of growth.
let possibilities gleam. A catalyst for change, fulfilling every dream. Building tomorrow, building the future, building Namibia, building tomorrow, building tomorrow, building the future, building Namibia, we're building Namibia. Reaches of gold, legacy of growth, building tomorrow, we're building Namibia. Reaches of gold, legacy of growth, we're building Namibia, we're building Namibia. Building tomorrow, building the future, building Namibia, we're building tomorrow, building tomorrow, building the future, building Namibia, we're building tomorrow.
Thank you. May we call on our guests to kindly take your seats. We are about to conclude our program this evening. But a birthday would not be a birthday without a birthday cake. So while we wait on our official birthday cake, we would also like to ask that you open your champagne bottles and fill your glasses, as this is also a toasting moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, in symbolizing the sweet success of the Development Bank of Namibia, please join me in once again welcoming Mr. Cyril van Zyl and Mr. Titus Ndove to do the honors of cutting the cake. Please join us. I think as Director of Ceremonies, I'm going to slightly amend the script that I was given, and I would like to call on the CEO as well as the rest of the board. Former CEO, Mr. David Nyoma, please do join us on stage for this beautiful moment. I see our media is ready to capture the moment. Are all our glasses filled? So, I'm handing over to the gents to do the official cutting of the 20-year-old cake of the Development Bank of Namibia. John says it looks very awkward, and the same on your side, Mr. Newman, Mr. Ndove. Don't worry, we know you are married, it's okay. Just hold it, it's just for the photo opportunity. The knife? Yes. Okay, I see it. So you hold it together. You can relax, it's okay, we know your status. Please go ahead and cut the cake for us. And on that, can we also get glasses for our gentlemen in front for our toast moment? Glasses, filled glasses. Our media, have you captured the moment? Mr. Nyoma, just don't go cake smashing. Gently.
Sorry. strategy that we presented tonight, XLF is under one of our pillars. We have targeted groups where we have a targeted 50% of the loan book over the next 5 years should go towards females and youth. Currently it's only standing at about 10%. So next time when we get a break, there will be a female. Thank you.
Thank you, John. So, ladies and gents, let's raise our glasses to 20 years of growth, innovation, and impact. Cheers.
Good evening. Good evening. I thought by now we have excited everybody that when you're in that excited state, we are expecting more than what you are giving to us. Good evening. All right. All right, colleagues. After all have been said and done, my assignment tonight is a very important assignment. I always remind people of what my grandmother used to tell me when I was little. My grandmother used to tell me that every normal human being, they'll have 1 minute of fame at some stage in their life. And this is 1 minute of fame. Can you give me a round of applause, please? I think on that note, it's my singular honor on behalf of the collective DBN family to thank all of us who have made it possible tonight to celebrate 2 decades of impactful financial intervention. During the 2 decades that we've been in operation, we have actually induced about 20 billion Namibian dollars in the Namibian economy. A round of applause, please. $115 jobs in the Namibian economy. Another round of applause, please. Now, I just wanted to re-emphasize some of those figures as your takeaway. They are not very small figures, given the dynamics of the unemployment situation in our country. So I think it's worth celebrating tonight. I'm not too sure whether you were able to pick up the correlation. We have been in 20 years in business, and we put 20 billion Namibian dollars in the economy. So, John, your next 5 years should be better than that. In fact, Sarah, I would have imagined that you should have put some performance targets for John in his contract. That given the maturity of the organization, we are now ready to move a bit faster than the pace that we took the past 20 years. So the next 5 years of John's administration, we are challenging him to put about 20 billion more Namibian dollars in the economy. John. I just wanted to acknowledge there are some beautiful ladies that I wanted to invite to the podium. Ladies, come. Now, I promised them, all of them, they have never been before cameras before. So I told them that it makes the two of us. So this is also their moment of fame. Can we give them a round of applause, please? Now, I actually wanted to thank these stunning ladies. These are the people who made it possible for us tonight. So can we give them a big, big round of applause? I must also declare that I had a hand in the dresses that they are actually putting up tonight. So whatever credit that will be accorded to them for looking good must also be extended to me as their designer. So I also want to take this opportunity, Sarah, to thank the board for your stewardship, for your vision, for your excellent governance that you are impacting into the bank. So can we give the board, please, a round of applause? Let me also take this opportunity to thank our shareholder via the ED. Can you please give our shareholder, Ministry of Finance and Public Enterprise, a round of applause? We're actually thanking him not for the keynote speech, but for the commitment he made tonight that they are going to stand by DBN's side to move other 20 billion Namibian dollars in the national economy. Let me also take this opportunity on behalf of my colleagues in EXCO. The management are the key drivers of the success of the bank. It's my singular honor on behalf of the smartest human beings that I've come across, the EXCO of DBN. Can you give them, please, a round of applause? John, I was very deliberate. I didn't want to single you out. I'm lumping you as a collective, as part of EXCO. Let me also take this opportunity to thank the people who made it possible, the musicians, people, who are these people? There's a difference, no, the other one there. The Bullet. I think you'll agree with me that the performance that was actually staged by our brilliant performers all the way from Kunene, I believe. Can we give them a big round of applause, please? I'm sure you'll also agree with me that the ambience that we have created tonight, in terms of the decor that's before us, deserves a thunderous applause. Can we give the events coordinator a round of applause, please? You would also have noticed that we did not have any glitches, the technology glitches tonight. So let's also take the opportunity to thank our technical team behind the scenes who have made it possible tonight. Can you give them a round of applause, please? The other important stakeholder that I wanted to single out is all our strategic stakeholders who are actually here tonight in the form of employees, and our strategic external stakeholders. Can we give ourselves a big round of applause, please? Wow, that was not sufficient for the quality and the importance of the stakeholders. Can we give ourselves a round of applause, please? Now that's much better. I mean, now you can tell that we do appreciate the presence of our strategic stakeholders. Without yourselves, we could not have made it possible for us to walk this 20-year-old journey. So thank you for being with us, and thank you for always being trusting DBN. So, did I forget somebody? No. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I did not forget anybody, but let me also take the opportunity to finally thank myself for being here tonight. So can you give me a round of applause? On that note, on a lighter note, the party is just beginning. What you saw, the formal part of the event, was just meant to appease the stakeholders. The most important part, which opens after this formal part, that's where we are challenging you to remove your shoes. It's a celebration. It can never take place without dance. And I promise my colleagues that I'm going to invite two important people to open the dance floor for us. And I have not changed my mind. I just want to alert you in advance. It's going to be Ada Angula, it's Ada here. So Ada Angula. So Ada Angula and Eric, those are the two. No, I must tell you the reason why we singled them out. These two colleagues are not very gifted when it comes to moves. I told them in advance that you can only be better when you start in front of the people. So this is going to be a chance for them. The two of them at the later stage to open up the dancing floor with their moves. So Eric and Ada, we are being challenged eventually to come and open up the dancing floor. Thank you very much.
Thank you again, Jerome, for those heartfelt words. Just before we get the party started, let's officially conclude this evening with one final round of the African Union and national anthems. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in standing. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for joining us tonight in celebrating 20 years of excellence and impact. Here's to many more years of success and goodness ahead. On that note, enjoy the rest of your evening. Safe travels home. Good night.
Good evening. Celebrate. Good evening. I attention from you. I just want to share something with you. What is my worth to my country and not my country worth to me? What can I do for my country? Enjoy your evening and let us enjoy the prosperity of the new Namibia.
A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate.